I think there's a couple things to consider there. I think it's age, how the arm path works or arm slot, supinated or pronation bias. Those things all kind of come into play. And then there's a little bit of a training age that comes in with that as far as like, do we want to try to throw 2 breaking balls or 1 breaking ball? One of the biggest things I see with our younger group is everybody's trying to throw 2 different breaking balls, rather, like curveball, slider. And really those pitches turn out to be the same thing. So, let's really lean into not getting caught up in the title of the pitch or the name of the pitch and just understanding how that pitch profile is moving, and then leaning into that and then seeing how we can make that pitch better and how it plays off of our fastball. Yeah. So one of the big things, once we determine which breaking ball they're going to throw or going to throw better, there's a couple of things that we talk about, like if you're trying to throw more of a 12-6 breaking ball, literally thinking about, throwing the back of your hand to the catcher. There's things like, on the slider, we're trying to get that thing to spin at 3 o'clock. You'll hear me say a lot to these guys, like, think about the direction you want the ball to go. Like if you're right-handed and you're trying to get it to go glove side, think about making the front of the ball spin that way. So those are a couple of cues that we'll use on a changeup, which is another big one with our young group. A lot of these guys have really good arms, but have never had a reason to throw a changeup yet. So especially young college guys. So one of the things that we talk about is the reason that there's not that separation in vertical profile or in velocity is because it's actually effectively spinning just like their fastball. They're just holding it with their whole hand. So if we can think about taking that like right-handed ring finger, if they're right-handed, and where that's at 1 o'clock, getting it to go a little bit closer to 3. And then as they finish their throw and work over the top of the ball, it creates that movement profile. Just a simple cue. And again, there are some dangers in verbal cues because they can be misconstrued, but like in the moment, being able to do those things and adjust, and then being able to see how the ball, the movement profile has changed on TrackMan, then we can start linking, the magic happens when we're linking what we feel with what the data tells us. And that's where the rubber meets the road as a coach. Yeah, so I think it all goes back when we talk about which breaking ball to throw. It all goes back to how their fastball spins. Is it low efficiency, high efficiency? Is it low spin rate, high spin rate? Some of those characteristics we can look at and kind of deduce which breaking ball would be best. For instance, a guy that has, a lot of vertical break, a lot of rise on their fastball, so to speak. Those are guys that typically stay behind the ball. So those guys supinate, get over the top of the ball again and pull down through the breaking ball. So we create this north and south, as we like to call it. Guys that, back in the day, we used to call them sinker slider guys. And now those are guys that are on the side of a little bit more and get a little bit more horizontal break towards the arm side. Then we can adjust a grip and get it to go the other way. So we call those guys like an east-west guy. So when it comes to determining which breaking ball, I think it's good to have a nice sample size of how their fastball plays, what their slot is like, and how they attack the strike zone, and what they're comfortable with and what it looks like, metrically speaking, on TrackMan. So then we can put that together and then start getting a little bit of plan of we're going to go north and south, east, west, or we're going to be more like curveball cutter guy or slider.